What is up, bookworms and constant readers? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I wanted to talk about Star Wars. I plan on putting Star Wars books on the channel. And I thought I'd make this video because they are going to be coming probably February is what I'm looking at for the first book. There are two types of Star Wars books. So there were hundreds of Star Wars books before Disney took over. When Disney took over, they said, only a certain books were considered canon. The rest are considered all legends. Now, it'll probably be later on this year when I get to the legends, because I don't know why Disney didn't do this. One thing I've noticed is I read a lot of Star Wars books before Disney took over, and what they're doing is they're picking and choosing what they like from those old books, and they're putting in to the new movies. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I really think they should have chosen more books than what they did, because some of these books that have been written, these characters are canon and they're part of the universe, and we already had their story established. Why throw it by the wayside? I don't know. Some of these are like Grand Admiral Thrawn. Probably the three best Star Wars books you could ever read is the Thrawn trilogy. I believe the first book in the trilogy is The Last Command. Read that trilogy and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's now all legends. It takes place after Return of the Jedi. It's written by Timothy Zahn. It is probably the three best Star Wars books you could ever read. Just amazing storytelling. We had a book on Darth Plagueis that is now just legend. It's no longer canon. Darth Revan, they did the same thing too. We had a really good backstory for Darth Vader, and a lot of that has gone away. They've kind of made up for it in the comic. I don't know if I'll put any of the comics on the channel, but one series that I do plan on putting on this channel, because it, to me, it's how Star Wars should have ended. If you wanted to put an end to the Skywalker storyline and retire all of the old characters and start anew, Disney should have went with this series. It's really the last great Star Wars series that was written, and it's The New Jedi Order. This is 19 books long, and the books are written by a bunch of different authors. Like this one is book 1, and it's R.A. Salvatore. I have the first 6. I'm trying to get the rest. I would like to get all of them before I start, because these books are kind of hard to find, and with the situation with the mail right now, it takes forever to get them. I'm still waiting on, I think, 2 or 3. They have supposedly been in the mail for like a month now. But book 2, this is Dark Tide 1, Onslaught, and it's Michael A. Stackpole. And then he also wrote Dark Tide 2, which is Ruin. Then book 4 is James Luceno's Agents of Chaos 1, Hero's Trial. And then Agents of Chaos 2, Jedi Eclipse. And then the last one I have is book 6, Kathy Tyer's Balance Point. These are all now considered legends. When these came out, I think in the late 90s, I started reading, and then with life and work and everything, I wasn't able to keep up, and I never did finish the series. But I know people who have, and every single one of them says that's how the movies should have ended versus what we got. And then you have the new canon. And everything since Disney took over is considered the official canon, the expanded universe. The very first book that I have, because I haven't got to the bookstore, I think 2 new ones came out, and it deals with the Old Republic thousands of years in the past. What I got doesn't go back that far. The first book I have in the canon is by Claudia Gray. She has written other Star Wars books that are amazing. One of the best is Lost Stars, and that's Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray. This takes place before The Phantom Menace, and it deals with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. My Star Wars books are up out of frame, but I do have all of the new canon books. And that's mainly what I'm going to focus on. I will be heading to the bookstore here sometime this week, maybe next week, to pick up those new books, and that's where we'll start. And like I said, those should be on the channel probably February. All of the movie novels are included in the new canon. And the cool thing about the Star Wars books is they do a really good job of filling in the gaps between the movies and the TV shows, and telling the stories that the movies don't tell. And when it comes to the books that are based on the movie, there's usually more stuff in the book than there was in the movie. And one thing, I think it is the best canon novel to date. And they just released, I think like a month ago, the Empire Strikes Back version. But they do Star Wars A New Hope from a different point of view. And it is by far my absolute favorite new canon Star Wars book that they've done. This fills in a lot of holes and a lot of gaps that people have wondered about with the movies. For example, everybody often wonders, why didn't Obi-Wan know R2-D2 when him and Luke showed up on Tatooine? Why did he act like he'd never seen this droid before? Well, you get answers to that in this Star Wars from a certain point of view. And the thing is Obi-Wan is so dedicated to being a Jedi, and what Master Yoda sent him to Tatooine to do. He's basically lying to Luke Skywalker that I don't know this droid, I've never seen it before. And later on the Millennium Falcon, when Luke is practicing with the helmet and the shield, where he can't see anything against the training droid, Obi-Wan actually leans over and whispers to R2 that it's good to see you. Excuse me, it's good to see you again, old friend. And Han Solo hears this, but he doesn't understand what it was all about. And R2 is like really excited. And they do stuff like that kind of fills in these little questions, like why, why don't you remember this? Why did this happen? Stuff like that. It's by far one of my absolute favorite new canon books. I haven't read the new one for The Empire Strikes Back, but yeah, if there's ever a place that you would like to start, if you're an old school Star Wars fan like me, I seen the original in the theater in 1977. I've seen every single Star Wars film in the theater when it was released. That's a great place to start. And a lot of people ask me, like, where should I start? And I tell them, get Star Wars A New Hope from a certain point of view. You will not be disappointed. It's a bunch of short stories written by a bunch of different authors, and it tells the story of Star Wars, but from a totally different point of view than you've ever seen it. It is by far the best. Another good one is Claudia Gray's Lost Stars. But yeah, there are some good ones out there. I know a lot of people, they kind of shit all over the new canon and say that, it's not worth it. They hate Disney. Look, I hate the new movies. I think the new movies are total garbage. It seems like when they get away from the trilogy, those movies are amazing. Rogue One, I loved Rogue One. It felt like a Star Wars movie. And the last 5 minutes, if you have not seen Rogue One, watch Rogue One. The last 5 minutes with Darth Vader, some of the best Star Wars on film ever. You've never seen Darth Vader like this. Solo got a bad rap. I think Solo was amazing. It was so good. But yeah, the Last Jedi, the Force Awakens, I didn't like them. I totally did not like them. The last one, J.J. Abrams did what he could to redeem the series, but I didn't like it. To me, it was like a movie trying to be Star Wars and failing miserably. Now, if you want to see how Star Wars should be done, again, it gets away from the Skywalker story, and that's The Mandalorian. And the last episode of The Mandalorian, oh my God. Watch the show. And there's a certain character, if you don't know, I'm not going to spoil it. There's a certain character that totally gets redemption. And is portrayed like you've never seen them before, like they should have been portrayed in the new trilogy. And I will stand by that forever. So, I just wanted to make this quick video about Star Wars. I am going to go through the new canon. I love it. It's one of the things that I've read all of. I've enjoyed some of the books. Some of the books have been really wasn't needed. There's one book, I don't remember the name of it, but it deals with Luke Skywalker, and it's kind of boring. There's no lightsaber fights. It's kind of lame. I don't know why they even wrote it, but Yeah, the new canon, the new books, they go back a couple thousand years to the Old Republic. Most of the canon starts like this one. It starts right before the Phantom Menace, and then it goes all the way up until the last movie. I don't think they've done anything past The Last Jedi. But yeah, they fill in a lot of gaps between Return of the Jedi and the the new movies. Some of it I like, some of it I don't. But with me putting Star Wars on the channel, I just thought, I should make a video about the Star Wars universe, what you should know, and some tips on where to start. And like I said, one of the perfect starting points, I know it's kind of in the middle, but it's Star Wars from a certain point of view. If you want to start at the beginning, the two new books, I don't remember their name right off the top of my head. I think one is called The High Republic or something like that. It just came out, I think, last week. You can start there. That's as early as it goes back. Besides that, Master and Apprentice. Start there and just work your way forward. There's plenty of resources online to find out how you read the books in chronological order. I would put one up on this video, but the list is always changing because they're always adding more books. I don't want it to kind of like be the end all be all and your list is wrong, you forgot this. But yeah, there's plenty of if you just Google like Star Wars books in order, you'll go to quite a few websites. I think the two that I use the most is I think it's Wookiee Wiki, and I think it's Yoda's Datapad. But yeah, they'll tell you like all of the comics, all of the novels, the young readers, whatever you want. What I do is I get all the novels, and then I kind of pick and choose the young adults. Some of them they're for kids like 7 or 8, and I don't bother with those. Those are way too simple reading for me. I do have a couple that I've got as gifts, and they're little simple stories, and you can skip those, and they really don't matter. If you like the Star Wars canon, let me know down below. If you hate the Star Wars canon, what do you hate about it? Were you like me? Were you a fan of the old canon and wish they would have kept more of it? Comment below. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like about it. Hit that subscribe button. I'm looking for subscribers. I want to grow this channel, reach more of you. Hit the bell button so you know when my next video is coming. Until next time, read more books.